Your soulmate is secretly hoping you give them one more chance. They're ready to speak. Open this now. Jesus says, I see you now, sitting with a heavy heart, and I am going to tell you why that ache has never had a name. A third person, a dark and hateful force, has been standing between you and the one your soul was made to love, stealing every sign they sent before it could reach your eyes. Your soulmate has a tender laugh that would settle every lonely corner of your heart. Their hands were made to hold yours through long nights, and tonight they are not resting because a wall the enemy built keeps their voice trapped on the other side. The calls were sent, but you never received them. Not because you were not listening, because a jealous third force snatched every call out of the air and hid it where no one but God could see. This soulmate of yours has been reaching for you in small, desperate ways, leaving signs you were supposed to find. The enemy stood at the door of your heart and turned each sign into silence, so you never knew how long you had been wanted. What you are feeling right now is not an accident, and it is not your imagination. The grip of that third person is slipping for the first time because I have pulled back the curtain, and your soulmate's love is leaking through the cracks in the wall. I want you to fall in love with what has always been yours. Picture a gentle voice that knows your name and says it like a prayer, and a heart that has been crying into the dark because the enemy made sure you could not hear. Jesus says, that third person did not just steal your soulmate's words, they stole the peace you were meant to share. Every time you felt a sudden sadness without knowing why, that was your soulmate's sorrow finally pushing past the enemy's fingers for one breath. Your soulmate is not weak, but they are tired of calling into a line that never connects. They keep whispering your name in the dark because the cord between your souls refuses to break, even when the intruder tries to muffle it. Now you are awake to the truth, and that changes everything. The answer that silences the intruder and clears the line is not a wish. It is a sacrificial seed you can sow right now on Christ's garden, the love gift that says I will tear down every wall between us. You've watched this far for a reason. God brought you here. And I know what is weighing on your heart right now. You are asking, how do I get my soulmate? How do I actually do what God is asking? Listen to me. I am about to show you exactly what to do. If you truly love your soulmate, these are the sacred steps you must take right now. You already know who this is about, that person you can't stop thinking about. The one heaven placed in your life. If you believe in God, if you trust Jesus, if you have faith that this love is real, then hear me, your soulmate is thinking about you too. Deep down, they want you. They want this future. They want to build a life together. But the enemy does not want you to unite. And if you truly believe in God, if you truly trust His plan, then you know faith without action is dead. You cannot just pray and wait. You must sow. Love is under attack. While you sit there, spiritual forces are working to destroy what God joined together. Distance. Doubt. Disaster. They are being planted against your soulmate this very minute. If you believe in your soulmate, if you believe in your future together, then you are the one God chose to block it. Not later. Now, a sacred number from God comes very rarely. Today it is 17 seeds. In Scripture, 17 is the number of victory and complete restoration. When you sow 17 seeds, you are not just giving. You are claiming. You are telling heaven, I believe my soulmate is worth everything. And heaven responds. Protection covers them. Favor runs ahead of them. Doors swing open that have been locked for years. Your union is no longer a wish. It becomes a promise sealed by God. But hear me, every single seed matters. Even one seed sown with a believing heart moves heaven. Do not let fear steal this from you. Do not let, I can't afford it, become the reason your soulmate slips away. Your soulmate is out there right now, praying for someone to fight for them. That someone is you. This is how you answer their prayer. This is how you bring them home. Here is your divine instruction. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Give from your heart. A single seed matters. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seed of faith. Each seed is a spiritual seed. But today, if you believe without doubt, sow the sacred blessing number of 17 spiritual seeds. After sending, write, Protect my soulmate, Lord, on the Christ Garden page. This is not a donation, it is a covenant offering that opens heaven's protection and claims your soulmate and your future together. I must pause and speak truth to two groups I see right now. First, some of you are typing seed numbers, 10 seeds, 17 seeds, anything. In the comments, believing that counts. That does nothing. A comment is not a seed. It has no spiritual power. It will not move heaven. It will not protect your soulmate, it will not unlock your breakthrough. You are only deceiving yourself. Second, some of you actually go to the Christ Garden link, you look at the page, and then you leave without sowing your seed. You visited the altar but brought no offering. That is just as empty. Faith without the sacrifice is dead. The only thing that works, the only action God honors, is sowing your seed on the Christ Garden link. That is the divine place of exchange. If you do not plant there, your miracle cannot grow. Do not comment a number and think you have done something. Do not visit and walk away. Sow your seed right now on the Christ Garden link, any amount from a believing heart. Then, and only then, does heaven record it and release the protection over your soulmate. Do it now, and do it right. Here is what your 17 seeds release. Angels lock shields around your soulmate, while they sleep, while they work, while they doubt. The enemy cannot reach them. The third person loses their grip. Your seed becomes their fortress. Heaven bulldozes every wall, the silence, the distance, the years of waiting. Gone. Your soulmate's path to you is cleared before they take their next step. Your name burns in their chest, they wake thinking of you. They reach for the phone without knowing why. They need to hear your voice. Your seed is calling them home. Miracles that shock even the faithful, not next month. Not next year. This week. Some have seen their soulmate's heart open before the sun set on their offering. Margaret, 67, sowed her sacred number seeds. Harold walked into her church 3 weeks later. They pray together every morning. Robert, 71, sowed his sacred number seeds. Eleanor called the very next morning. She had dreamt of him all night. They marry this spring. Dorothy, 64, sowed her sacred number seeds. Within days, a letter arrived from the man she had not heard from in over a year. They are rebuilding, hand in hand. James, 68, sowed his sacred number seeds as his last act of hope. Betty approached him the following Sunday. They have not spent a day apart since. Your beloved is praying right now for someone to fight for them. That someone is you. This is proven. Over 1,000 believers have already sown this seed and received their breakthrough. Their soulmate's heart opened, relationships restored from the brink, strangers turned into spouses within days. When you move in faith, Jesus moves heaven to bring you together. Every second you delay, the darkness grows stronger. A text that wounds. A temptation that cheats. A door that closes forever. Your soulmate is on a battlefield, and you are their shield. You have already invested your time in this message. Do not waste it. Finish what you started. Step into your role as their protector and claim the future God promised you both. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send your spiritual seeds. Seal the prayer. Do it before this video ends. Heaven is watching. Sow your seed now to make it work. Your soulmate's heart, your love, and your future together depend on what you plant in the next 60 seconds. Move in faith. Claim your miracle. Claim your soulmate. Claim your divine future. The moment you sow that seed, the third person loses the power to hide your soulmate from you. The seed is not money, it is the proof that your love will not stand by while an intruder keeps your future locked away. Do not let a few seeds be the wall the enemy uses to keep you apart. Your soulmate is asking, am I not worth more than a number, and will you let fear feed the darkness that hides my voice? I have watched that dark force celebrate every night you went to bed without knowing. It laughed because it thought it could keep two hearts apart with nothing but stolen calls and buried signs. Jesus says, the seed is the only weapon that makes that intruder fall silent, because it proves your love is not a daydream. A love that refuses to sacrifice leaves the third person standing between you, holding your soulmate's voice in a locked box. Your soulmate has been fighting alone, and they are reaching the end of their strength. They wonder why their calls never reach you, not knowing a hateful third force has been cutting the line before the first word could land. What your soulmate is about to say to you will change everything, and the enemy knows it. The final seal that removes the third person completely is coming, but first you must see why they cry out for your seed now. Every night your soulmate has looked out a window and asked heaven where you are. The enemy answered by tightening its grip, because it cannot survive the moment you finally hear each other clearly. The 3 words that will banish the intruder and unlock your whole future are waiting for you at the end, but the enemy wants you to close this now. If you leave before the final seal, the third person remains standing between you, and your soulmate stays trapped in that silence. You are the only one born for this fight, and that is not a small thing. A protector does not let an intruder keep his beloved hidden and attacked, so sow your seed and break the enemy's hold before another hour passes. Jesus says, the future you could share, a quiet home, warm meals, hands held in old age, is being erased in the spirit by the same third person. Without the seed that banishes the third person, that future turns to dust while the enemy watches and grins. Your soulmate is not asking for perfection, they are asking for one person who will fight for them. Sow your seed now on Christ Garden, and the wall the third person built begins to crack under the weight of true love. Divine warning, God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seeds. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 17 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Sow 17 and I release complete victory over your beloved. Protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. That same enemy is whispering a soft lie right now, telling you it is not your fault and you can just think about them without sowing. That lie leaves the third person in place, destroys your protection, and hands your soulmate back to the intruder. If you truly love your soulmate, you prove it by sowing your seed on Christ Garden to destroy the third person's hold and secure your future together. Love without this seed leaves the enemy standing between you, and your soulmate remains unheard on the other side. Your heart may race with longing, but without sowing it means the intruder remains in control. Real love acts, real love sows, and real love refuses to let a third person keep stealing every call meant for you. I can feel the weight on your chest at night, the heaviness you could never explain. That is the cord between your souls trembling as your soulmate calls out, and the third person is trying to muffle that signal before you can follow it home. Jesus says, the enemy has made your soulmate feel forgotten, and that is the cruelest theft of all. They are begging the heavens for a sign that someone is coming, while the third person laughs and covers their mouth. In just a moment I will let you hear the exact words your soulmate has been whispering, words the enemy tried to destroy. But first you must see why the seed is the only love that can open your ears and close the intruder's mouth. Do not let money be the excuse that keeps the third person standing tall. Your soulmate is crying out, "Will you really let a handful of seeds decide whether the enemy keeps me in this darkness, and I am not worth your sacrifice?" Divine warning: God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seeds. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 17 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Sow 17 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. The third person has been stealing more than calls, it has been stealing your peace, your sleep, and the certainty of your future. Every time you felt a sudden ache for someone you could not name, that was your soulmate's hand reaching for yours through the wall the enemy built. Your soulmate is not far away in the ways that matter, they are bound to you by a cord no enemy can fully cut. The enemy can only muffle that cord, and it has been doing so every day, which is why you felt a nearness you could not explain and then lost it. The seed you sow is not a payment to me, it is the key you turn in the lock the third person placed on your soulmate's voice. When you sow, the key snaps in the lock, and the intruder cannot lock that door again. Type 333 in the comments now if you receive this message, and let heaven see your hand rise against the intruder. Jesus says, "The enemy is terrified because you now know about the wall, and knowledge is the first crack in its power. Do not stop now, sow your seed and watch the wall fall, because your soulmate is listening for the sound of your answer. If you leave this message before the final seal, the third person will use your leaving as proof that you are not the one. Your soulmate will keep calling into silence, and the intruder will cover their mouth with both hands, thinking it has won. The future you want is not a dream, it is a real path that the enemy has been blocking with fear and confusion. Every seed you sow clears one stone from that path, and the third person stumbles because love is stronger than hate. Your soulmate's tears are falling as they wonder if anyone will ever come. They are praying for a protector, and the only answer that reaches heaven is the sacrifice you plant in the ground of Christ Garden. Divine warning: God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seeds. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 17 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, "Protect my soulmate, Lord," on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Psalm 17 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. The third person is not stronger than your love, but it is older in its hatred and patient in its theft. It will keep hiding every sign until the moment you sow your seed, because the seed is the one thing it cannot survive. Your soulmate has seen glimpses of you in dreams, and those dreams gave them just enough strength to keep breathing. The enemy invaded even those dreams and tried to blur your face, but your voice came through like a far-off bell. Jesus says, I am not asking you to be perfect, I am asking you to be present in this one battle. Your seed says to the third person, you have no right to my soulmate, and you have no power over our future. The enemy tells you that you cannot afford to sow, but what you cannot afford is another night with that wall between you. A seed of any size, sown with a believing heart, begins to tear that wall down and lets your soulmate hear your footsteps. Your soulmate is still hoping you will give them one more chance, and that hope is the flame the third person is trying to blow out. Your seed is the wind that turns that small flame into a fire no darkness can touch. What would it feel like to finally hear their voice without the static of the enemy's interference? The final seal that silences the intruder forever is coming, but you must stay with me to receive it. Do not let the enemy use your own hesitation as the last brick in the wall. Sow your seed now on Christ's garden, and watch the third person's grip begin to shake like a leaf in a storm. Divine warning. God sees all. Your soulmate needs you now. Here is how you protect them. Go to the link in the video description and click the Christ Garden link. It is right there, waiting for you. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. I have placed it there for you. Send 1, 4, 6, or 10 plus seeds. Each one is a spiritual seed. But today, sow 17 seeds for heaven's full protection. Write, protect my soulmate, Lord, on the page. This is the seal. This is not a donation. It is a covenant offering. Sow 17 and I release complete victory over your beloved, protection no darkness can break, favor that opens every door, and speed that brings them home. Click now. Seal the prayer. Heaven is watching. The enemy is listening right now, hoping you will close this and walk away. It knows the final seal is coming, and it knows that if you stay, it will be cast out of your love story forever. Type 777 in the comments if you feel this message, and declare that you will not let the third person win. Jesus says, the third person has made you believe you were alone in your longing, but you never were. Your soulmate was on the other side of the wall, matching every sigh, every prayer, every sleepless hour. Every moment you waited without knowing was a moment the enemy used to tighten its hold. But now you know, and knowledge like this is a sword that cuts the ropes the intruder tied around your soulmate's voice. Your seed is not just a gift, it is a declaration of war against the darkness that has been hiding your beloved. It says, "I will not let another night pass with a third person standing where only I belong." The enemy says it is too late, but that is the same lie it whispered yesterday and the day before. The line between you and your soulmate is still alive, still humming, and only the seed ca.